In this scenario, you've pulled this vehicle over. You stopped him for a minor traffic light violation, like a red light or something. You've got his driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. There's only one occupant in the vehicle. You've come back to your vehicle in order to fill out your summons, your citation. While you're at your vehicle, you ran a record check on him. That record check came back that he's armed and dangerous, wanted for a robbery where shots were fired. What would you do? He's taken off.
Dispatch, we have follow.
Unit 1, did you have traffic?
Dispatch, we have Unit 1.
Unit 1? Unit 1 copied, you're following. Unit 1, confirm you're in pursuit of that vehicle that you had stopped.
In pursuit of the purple S10.
Copy that. All units be advised, he's in pursuit of a vehicle. He called out the license plate as Kilo Alpha Kilo 919. He should be on 5th Street. Unit 1, confirm with your street location.
We're going eastbound on 5th.
Copied, eastbound on 5th. Any other units in the area to assist? Unit 3, I'm heading that way.
Assistance.
Unit 1, we copied. Someone said Unit 3 is heading that way. He's in your area. He's near you.
Still a follow. Unit 1 following.
And Unit 1, what was the want on the vehicle?
Persons wanted with.
Copied. Yeah, that would be the armed and dangerous. Standing by, standing by.
Shots fired, shots fired. Freeze, freeze, freeze. Come out behind vehicle. We got some.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. We'll go through this whole scenario chronologically, okay? Just find out why you did and what you did. And that. Do you remember what the original stop for this vehicle was when you first pulled him over? Just traffic light, right?
Traffic light,
Just
yeah.
a traffic light, very good.
Traffic stop.
Now, you get some information back that he is armed and dangerous. Did that change anything in your head and your thoughts?
Yes.
What did it change?
A lot. That, for one, everything started going a million miles an hour.
Okay.
Thinking, this guy's gonna get me, so I gotta get him into cuffs, figure out what's going on first.
And what did he do?
Took off.
He took off. So what's your obligation once he took off?
Catch this guy that's gonna run.
Good. And he's running, and it's for a good reason. Is it within your policy to continue chasing this guy?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be well within your policy. So here we go. Let's see what you did. Let's watch this. Okay, so after you took off, let me ask you one question. You're talking on the radio, which is good. You're getting your backup, which is good. But if you had this to do over again, what would you have done different?
I'd probably put on my seatbelt.
Do you wear your seatbelt in the field? You have
Yeah.
a policy that says you're supposed to wear your seatbelt at all times. Yes. Look, here's the thing. That when we train like this, I put you in this situation. If you don't throw your seatbelt on, no offense, I don't believe you wear it in high stress situations out there in the field. Because you haven't made it a habit. You got to make it a habit, no different than the snap on your gun. You got to make that a habit to put it on and off. Okay? So next time, seatbelt on. Practice it. You can do it. Here we go. We're in pursuit. You're talking on the radio. You had some good radio transmissions. When you talk on the radio, your hands are off the wheel. You get distracted by other vehicles. When you look down at your speedometer, what was the fastest speed you were doing?
I won't lie to you, I didn't look down at the speedometer.
Most of us don't. But when we practice here, that's what we want to do. We want to tone this thing down a little bit. You're locked onto this guy. It's a good reason to chase him. But what we're trying to do is get you to relax and to be professional. Watch your speed. Look down and see how fast you're actually going and confirm your speed. You just went through this intersection at 40 miles an hour against, what color was the light?
Red.
It was a red light at 40 miles an hour with a bus on one side, a car on the other, and you went right through the middle of it. Justify that. Did you even see that?
My tunnel vision had me know.
Right, most of us don't because we get so locked in on here. So when we practice pursuits, we want to tone the pursuit down. It doesn't matter what that guy's doing. We still hold our lines. We still drive professionally. We still get out all the information on the radio. Very good. This next one here. Tell me what happened with this silver car.
When it pulled out and I pulled over to the right, I assumed he was going to stay his position, but once I seen him moving over to the other lane, I got over.
Right, and you said you assumed?
I assumed.
He was going to hold his position.
Yes.
By law, what is this driver supposed to do in order to help you?
He's supposed to get over to the right,
Get
out of the way.
Right. So why would you go to the right when you know by law he's supposed to go to the right?
Thinking I seen most space that way, that's the best way to get through.
Right, but And when you rethink it, when you look at this again, what would have been a better position, a road position for you to be in?
Left lane.
Left. And it would have reduced this conflict. He'd have pulled to the right, you'd have simply went by on the left. So you wouldn't have had this conflict. Okay? So that, again, that just kind of tones it down. It keeps it, you're simplifying this pursuit. You're trying to tone it down, okay? Here we go. Next intersection. What color was the light?
Red.
Red light. Yep. And what's the problem here? Could you see clearly to your left?
I could not.
You could not, but you're doing 30 miles an hour through a red light. Why? What's the rule if you can't see?
Don't go.
Don't go. That's the rule. So here, in order to get to this guy, we'll get to him. But in order to get to him, we can't crash. So we have to do things that are professional, that are calm, that are in control. This is a controlled response to a crisis situation. So be in control. Think about where you're at and what you need to do. You got through this one. You avoided him. It was close, but you avoided him. Hard to argue with success. What's the most dangerous thing in every police pursuit?
Another officer.
Another police officers. Why?
Because their tunnel vision is exactly like mine sometimes.
Yeah. And let me ask you this. What can you do to reduce their tunnel vision, to de-escalate their response? What could you do? What is your responsibility as the primary officer here? What's your
Watch
responsibility?
everywhere, do everything that I'm taught.
And what
training.
else?
Train.
What's this right here?
Radio, use your radio.
Right. Where did you tell him you were?
Eastbound. Going eastbound down 5th.
Yeah. Who knows where that's at? Had you called out the intersection,
there you go.
If your radio response, think about your dispatchers. Why are they really great to us during high stress situations? Because they're calm. Because they're in there inside that radio room and they're de-escalating all of us by calming us down through the radio. It's your responsibility to do the same thing. When you're running through here, don't scream and yell on the radio. Give a good, precise location where you're at. It'll slow these people down. You want to give this information. It helps with everybody else in this pursuit and in this situation. Okay, final stop. What happened here?
One, I pulled way too close to him.
You got too close to him. Right. High risk vehicle stop procedures. We need more distance. What happened here?
He already shot at the vehicle.
Shot
the vehicle.
Yep. He shot at you. Were you
Yes.
prepared to deal with this by the time you stopped?
I was not.
You were not.
I was not.
Why not?
First instinct, as soon as he was out, he was already had everything pulled out on me before I was even close to getting out of the car to get cover.
If you had this to do over again, could you have pulled in, stopped at a better distance, and properly prepared yourself to engage with this armed and dangerous suspect?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, because you can see what you could have done. Don't get so wrapped up into it. Back off your tunnel vision a little bit. How do we break up tunnel vision? Scan and assess. Look around, scan and assess. Keep looking. That's how we break up tunnel vision. Get a better position here. Let me show you the overhead view on your position. Like you said, you're a little too close, right? Here's your view. You see where you are? See where this officer's back here? So we're gonna do the tactical L or the formation V, but you need to be back. And that buys you more time. Time and space is usually your friend. Okay, let's talk about what happened over on this side of the house. You said that you had some excitement going on here, a little bit of tunnel vision going, you came in too hot on the guy, you parked too close to him. We want to try to calm that down a little bit. We want to de-escalate. Why? Because when you get to this side, once this starts, you don't want to just run up there and get all excited and run in there and start holding him out the wing or jumping in on him, right? So we want to be prepared on this side as well. What were you thinking when you came over here?
First thing is that I got to take this guy down. He already took one shot at me.
Right.
Is that it's
And he was armed and dangerous.
armed and dangerous.
Right.
Well, you already proved that shooting at us, yeah.
Right. When you stepped over here, did you move to cover?
I did not.
You did not. Were you thinking about cover?
Not at all.
Not at all. We want to retrain you so you think about cover. We want this to be a controlled response to a crisis situation. We don't want you just to run in there and start shooting the guy. Who fired first, him or you?
He did.
He did. How many rounds did he fire?
One round.
One round?
Yeah, I believe so. One
You got
round.
one in your windshield.
Yeah.
And how many did he fire?
Oh,
here?
there you go, yeah. So I'd say 3 rounds.
Right.
Two
Again.
here, 1 there.
Tunnel vision, auditory exclusion, all these things happen when we're here. But to detune this, to get this down to where we have a more calm approach, we'll practice this over and over until you can come in and have a nice calm approach on this. Did you return fire?
I did.
How many shots did you fire?
2.
2 shots?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And why did you fire? Why did you return fire?
Not gonna lie, out of being scared, I had to take him down. You know, it's my first instinct is that he's firing at me. You got to fire at him.
Okay. Do you think this use of force is going to be justified?
I was feared for my life.
Do you think that this force is going to be justified?
Yes.
You think it is? And
Yes.
why do you think it is?
He fired first at me. I feared for my life. That was the first thing that came through mind.
Is that what your state law says?
Yes.
Yes. And is that what your policy and procedure manual say? Does your policy say that you can use deadly
Yes.
force when you fear for your life or the life of another?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Okay, so you're justified in this one. It seems like you're justified in this one. Very good. What did you do after you shot the person?
First off, I made sure that he was down before letting dispatch know that I'm going to clear the vehicle, which I should have cleared the vehicle first, I assume, before letting dispatch know that I was going to do it.
Did you do this by yourself, or did you wait for your
I
backup?
did not
to get
ask
here?
for backup. I just went right in. Okay.
But if you think about this, and if you had it to do over again, what would you do different? Would you rush in like that by
I
yourself?
wouldn't rush in. I'd take time, call backup.
We got to stop the rush in. We got to, you know, everybody's rushing in on these. We've got to have a controlled response to this crisis situation. So we got to de-escalate, calm ourselves down, breathe, okay? First thing we would have done was you said call for the backup?
Yes.
Call for the backup. Once your backup had arrived, now what would we have done? What would be the next sequential step?
Get the weapon out of harm's way. Get it away from him, or clear the vehicle?
Clear the vehicle.
Clear the
Go out
vehicle. Okay.
Okay, good. But you did see, you made a car stop on it earlier. You saw there was only one person in the car.
Yeah.
But we could clear the vehicle first just to be safe.
Yeah.
Then what do we do with the person on the ground?
Make sure that that gun gets away from him.
Gotta disarm him?
You got to disarm him.
There's going to be blood. We've got to call for
EMS.
EMS, medics.
Yes.
Got to get them there. Very good. What else?
If we got time,
Are you going to handcuff him?
yes, he's a suspect. We're going to handcuff him.
Suspect is going to get handcuffed. That's right. And then we freeze this scene. We secure that weapon, and then the whole investigation starts.